a comment line. Scrolling too fast, but I'm trying to shine. From America to wherever you are, we're building this channel like a brand new car. Filament dreams and a drone in the sky. Basement king and I don't know why, but every single stream feels right. Clap your hands if you love 3D. Clap your hands if you're nerd like me. Slippers on and a printer hum. Basement life, but we're number one. Hey, hey, yeah, we're number one. I'm out of Balu and I'm a rock star. Printer glow like a lucky star. Blue plaid shirt and a humble start, but I'm building this dream with a country heart. Everything that glitches, that's my name. Tips and tricks in this 3D game. Lucky day, Swedish Forge, you're the reason I'm going far.
Hey there, welcome back guys. We are live. Welcome back to our show. I see that Bob was here. Bob was here earlier. Bob 2025. Great to have you back again. That was amazing. I got better live stream coverage from my phone than I did from my freaking own internet. It kind of makes me think about getting Starlink. They actually have a special of $30 a month. I think the channel could afford that. And there was a what do you call it? Collaboration where they had solicited me for a couple of Starlink products that I was like, hey, maybe I should reply back and say, hey, you know what? Send it. The Starlink charger, which is like $49. Anyway, knowing that, moving forward, we're going to be building the radio. We're going to be laying out the parts and testing it. I hear a ding. I didn't hear no bells, but I don't see anything. Most likely that's coming in from portrait mode. And you know how it is. They let me see. I'm just gonna go open up portrait and see who's knocking on our door. Nice, Bob. Where it's in portrait mode. Why do I hear that? Oh, that's the thing. That's notification. Hi, can you please give me a shout out? It's my birthday. Oh, it's Bobby Ben Ot. Happy birthday to you. Shout out. I hope everything's well and you get everything you wanted for your birthday. We're going to be building a radio here. So welcome to the channel, Bobby Benito. Hope I didn't butcher your name. This runs on AAA batteries, which is what we have somewhere. I'll have to find them somewhere. I think they're in the front. Every year they make the radio better. And here's I'm going to lay everything out here. Well, a lot of parts, about 31 parts, but probably probably 12 of them belong to the this part here. See, you have 1, 2, I think 3. Right, so that's 2, 1, 2. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. Then you have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I think like maybe 15 of them probably belong to the mount itself, like screwing them in, because every year they make these. Just trying to fix this camera over here. Every year they make them smaller, like it's like Moore's law. Like, you know, in the beginning you needed this many pieces, and then as the technology got better, now we need less pieces. So this actually might be a shorter video, but I'm going to show you the build here if I can. Can I see anything from here? Will it let me access my modes? Yeah. Wait, well, let's see if it turns on, the old one. No, if it doesn't turn on, it could be the transistors or the batteries. We're going to make a new one. Hopefully this one works. Last time we built this, even though it's an older model, the parts they sent us didn't work and we had to troubleshoot it. See? I don't know if you can see this one. Again, happy birthday to Bobby. Let me just go here, Samsung Me, and Me stuff. So hopefully we can see. If not, I'll just change the settings so that it works out for you guys. Yeah, so it's doing that thing. So what I'll do is, whoops, I will hold on, get out of here, go here, put it into Pro mode. And if I put it into Pro, now you'll be able to see the numbers. Okay. Yep, there we go. A little loud. Can lower it, but hopefully the newer model. Batteries die really fast though. All right, so let's lay out the parts and test them. Again, happy birthday. If we were in a restaurant, everyone would sing happy birthday. And this is a little schematic here. See, less parts, only a few resistors. You got 1, 2, 3, all right. And then buttons and all that other stuff. And if you want to test it, you can always go back and see how we fixed it. Hopefully we won't have to fix this one. I'm hoping. Like they send you these kits and a lot of times the parts don't work. All right, so let's get started. Let's see what we have here. Nice packaging. And these soldering videos just help you level up. Because after this, I think we're done for the season. And then we're just going to go straight to the drone. The Pavo 25. We need to change the chip on that. All right, so because I can't get in it, which is a bummer. But we will once we do a Frankenstein and rebuild it from scratch. I also hope that they fix the antenna. Again, shout out to Bobby Bennett or something. And hello to Lindsay Howard 8715. Hello Lindsay, welcome to the channel. Damn, that's another thing too. The speaker. You know what? If the speaker doesn't work, we'll take it from the other radio. The last time we built this kit, I had to get more speakers. All right, so the resistors go here, and they're all 510. And then you have some other stuff here. I'll go over all the parts. Again, if it doesn't work, it's because it's not our first rodeo. Hopefully it does work, but if it doesn't, it means the parts are kaput. And then we do have some spare resistors, but that's about it. There's our little screen. This is another hard one to install, but it's okay, we'll get it. See, here go our resistor for the resistance. Nice. They're labeled. Sometimes they're not. These are the 1K. Okay. And this is the 10K. Okay. So you have one. If you follow us, the last things we built didn't have any labeling. They didn't label them, so we had to test them. We still have to test them because we need them to work. That's what's going to bring this baby to life. I'll just move that down. Yeah, unfortunately. All right, don't need that. This is probably the crystal. Let's see what parts that is. Solder radio module is what they call it. All right, radio module, USB socket. Oh, I know what kind of USB socket it's got. So this will probably do a little bit later. This part's a little bit tricky because we got to test the parts. And we have here our buttons. Buttons are tricky. I believe I have extra buttons somewhere. Hopefully, we won't mess this up. The capacitor, which is right here. And then these little buttons, which are really cool. We also have an FM AM radio. This one's going to be FM. let's check the diode. The short part of the diode is the negative side, but unfortunately, sometimes on these boards, they don't label it that way. They label the diode. Remember one time they put a little square on it. So the diode, or the LED, also known as the LED, oh nice, looks like it goes right about there. Maybe, I'm not sure. Actually, oh yeah, it does. So the long side is the positive side. Wow, that's really cool. A little bit different. Might be a new age symbol, but usually the diode symbol, every kit we get, always the diode symbol is like just different. Anyway, the square side is the positive side, and doesn't have the diode symbol. So I don't know who keeps making these things different. Oh nice, the 510 resistors, which are right here. See, 510. Hopefully they all are 510. Nice. The last few kits we built, they were not labeled. We didn't know what we were getting. We had to measure them. I'm not sure what that is. Some wires. Oh, for the power. For the I'm not sure. And then we have the capacitors here. And we have other capacitors. And then we have a potentiometer. Hopefully that will work. And then we have more buttons right here. We'll have to plug in our soldering iron. Again, we're going to test the parts because I hate when they send parts and then some of them don't work or measure up to what they're supposed to. And another button. Nice. And then we have another button. I wonder if, I mean, not that I would do it. Let's see where this goes. Like if I could put, even though it's micro, let's see where this goes. Like what if I put a USB-C connector, right? Wouldn't that be cool? I'm gonna see, but maybe towards the end. I mean, like that would be ideal because everything is USB-C, and as long as these connectors are the same, it might work. Anyway, we'll do that last. I have a box somewhere. I believe it might be back over there, but I want to see if I can change it to USB-C. Here's our switch on off. I'm gonna put this over here, and then we have this over here. Interesting how we took everything out. Oh, it might be in there, but we only got one bolt, and then another bolt over here. Just a bolt and a screw. This is for your headphones. Sometimes these work and sometimes they don't. Hopefully this one does. And then we have, nice, this one over here. Put that there. And then we have another capacitor. You got to measure these. And then we have another capacitor. And then we have these ceramic capacitors. See, 3 of them, and hopefully all the numbers are the same. 104, 104. This one's probably a 104. Sweet. All right, now this is the brains of everything. We'll do that later. I'm gonna keep this over here on the safe, away from everything, so we don't accidentally. Still have my Neo 2 for sale. No bites. Bummer. But we definitely, I want to put USB-C on there. I don't want micro. This is a micro. You see, it's not USB-C. A little bit of a bummer, but it's fine. We're going to power it with the batteries and then see if it can power with USB-C. Yeah. Oh, so this is what the screw is for, the antenna. Yeah, the antennas don't really work. Oh no, another 104. Nice. What's your favorite radio station? 104.5. Call right now. First caller is going to win. Yeah, the antennas don't really work so well. Usually when you plug in your headphones, that works as an antenna. So here's our meter. Hope your meter is working out, Bob. We have another Bob on the channel, and we gave him a meter. Hopefully he likes it. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna. Mojang Agent MC. What's the circuit for board for? A radio. We're building a radio. Mojang Agent MC. MC in the house. We got an MC in the house. We always need a good MC when on the radio, right? or doing something. All right, so here we go here. Whoops, don't want to break this. Last time this broke on the live stream and I had to fix it. So we're just going to measure the parts first. Sometimes, you know, we need to measure our parts, make sure they work before soldering them in, because if they don't, it's usually harder to pull them out. We've done it on live streams. We pull them out. We have a heat gun, but it's a pain because once they're in, they're in. All right, let's measure this one. And test in progress. Wait for it. Nice. Capacitor, V-loss 102, and then either. Okay, that's fine. This one measures, I can't see the numbers though, because they have their designated spot. So I need to see. You can see. Turn it on. Oh man, I forgot to charge this thing though. All right, so this one measures minus 40, 100. Is that right? Yeah, 102. So 100. And this will tell you where they go on here. If you just look, or just look on the board. Oh, nice. 100, right? Oh, no, it's 1,000. Oh, wow. Which one is 1,000 UFs? That's interesting. Is that this one? No, that's not this one. This one is 100. So they need to go where they need to go. What's this circuit board for? Yo, Bob, 2025. Good, nice seeing you, Bob. I was just talking about you. It's another Bob's birthday. We had to give a shout out to. We should all sing happy birthday if it was a live stream with everyone on here. We could sing like they in the restaurant. Happy birthday, happy. And this one will measure at, wait for it, 100. Interesting. Okay. 100. That's two that measure at 100. All right. And then we'll see what this one measures at. Probably this one's going to measure at 100 too. Remember, the short side is the negative side. And then, let's see, test in progress. Huh? Oh. And 100. Okay. We have more capacitors on this one than the other builds, which is really weird. Maybe they fixed the power issues. This one should measure the same thing. It's probably another 100. All right, let's see. And then remember, the short side's the negative side. And wait for it. Yay. Another. Oh, this one's at 102, but it's the same thing. They're all the same. I checked the numbers on the side. The LED should just light up. You should just get like a little flick of it. This one I would hate to have soldered in and have it not work. All right. And then, anybody here have Starlink? Let me know what you think of it. They have a special right now at $30 a month. But we had an amazing live stream today. And at $30 a month, the channel can afford that. Oh, nice. See it lit up? That means that the LED is good, right? And then, except it's too big. That freaking thing is just too huge. Like the whole Starlink plate thing. Wish it was smaller. If it was, I don't know. I'm gonna have a look again. And you can cancel at any time. I don't know. We'll see. Because then I can take the show on the road. Like we can fly near Terrytown. Terrytown's a legitimate place. You don't need. I already have them on. We already called them before. Except I would call again because given times have changed. You know, with all these drone rules and regulations. For all I know, Terrytown could be banned. Nice. So they're all the same. Oh, it's not 1,000. It's 100. I was looking at it wrong. 100, 100, 100, 100. We have 4 100s, which we just measured. And then the little one, little bitty capacitor, goes. Where does it go? Right here. The 1 UF. UF, which is right here. The smaller one. Is it 1 UF? Yep, 1 UF. All right, so now we got that out of the way. Sweet. This is pretty. I like these boards. They're really pretty. Put this. Remember, you got to measure the parts because sometimes shit don't work. Potentiometer should be fine. And yeah, so I was thinking about the Starlink. I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. Because we had really good success with our stream today. I was just worried about my battery. And with resistors, it doesn't matter where the prongs go. It could be red on left, red on white, red on the right. As long, it's going to measure the same thing. And the same thing with soldering. It doesn't matter how you solder them. These should measure at 510 or maybe 6 or 4. Well, it depends. It says damaged, but it's okay. Yo Bob. 516. Okay, great. And then we'll go up one. I have a whole book of transistors of trannies in my room. I got a whole bunch of trannies in my room. Get it? I'll show you the book. 512. Okay. I'll throw the book at you. Oops. Don't break your stuff. And then the next one. Again, because it's a real pain soldering these in, just to be given one dead one. Because then you just run the risk of. This is going to help the LCD, the numbers, the digits. Like with the calculator. Remember we built the calculator and we couldn't see the numbers because the resistors were wrong. They sent us a wrong one. So as tedious as this may seem, unless you have a book of trannies in your house, you're pretty much shit out of luck. Or you just order a new one. Test in progress, a new book of trans. 519. I'll show you the book. It's really cool. But we had an extra resistor lying around. Bob's like, hello. Really funny. No, but it's true. It's true. In like having a little trans in your house, a book of transistors. I'll show you. But that was a bummer with the calculator. If you watch that one, and I was going crazy. I was like, why is it not working? And then finally it dawned on me. Got one more. It's test in progress. And so if all these parts test out, radio should work, unless we screw something up with the crystal or whatever it's called, the transmitter thing, because that's a little tricky to solder, but we got it. Last one. Then we got the other ones. 520. As long as it measures within range, you're fine. So these are good. These are we're definitely gonna have those numbers light up as we change that radio station. Don't touch that dial. Here it is right here. I'll show you my book of trans. I'll make the screen a little bit bigger. Full version of me. So here it is right here. So if you have transistors in your kit, whoops, and they don't work, all the numbers are here, and you have 180 ohms, and you have, these are 510. So let's say one of the 510s was shorted out. We would go to, if it goes to 560, that's a tough one. We have 1, and we have 2. And then from 2 it goes to 4, then it goes to 33, 180, 390, 470, 560. So the closest would probably be, I don't know, 470 or 560. That sucks. You would think that there would be, so you just have to go in between. Then we got 220, which is close. All these are other numbers too. I'm just looking for 680. That's too high. Anyway, you get the idea. So you would go, you do the 5 whatever, since there's, hopefully that would do the trick. And then we have 1K. What are we making? Sunflower Sue 9003. Shout out to you. It seems everyone likes the shout outs. We are making a radio. Can't live without my radio. So we're building. This is a kit that the link's in the description, and so this kit costs, what was it, like $10 or something, which is really cheap with all these parts. And what it'll help you do is level up when you want to build a drone. stuff me. So basically, let's see. We have a build your own drone series, and so the drones are really expensive. And so instead of blowing up your drone 1K, we do these soldering tutorials to help you level up and maybe have a radio in your house. And as we level up the final series and the soldering tutorials, then we work on the drone. We're going to work on an existing drone, but we have to rebuild it from scratch, 1K again, because I can't get in it. I can get in. I have a video that shows you how to hack it, but I don't want to hack it anymore. I want to, I just want my drone. I want my drone back. 1K again, but there's so many like rogue drone pilots out there, and they just screwing it up for everyone. Like, it used to be fun, and now there's like crackdown. I have a video if you want to know how to fly your drone anywhere. It's called How to Fly Your Drone Anywhere, and I go through all the steps you have to do to fly your drone anywhere, so you don't wind up in the big house. It's a tedious process, but you got to do it. Times change, like times really have changed. Where I flew today, it took about 15 calls. 15 calls, between playing phone tag and being bounced around. 990. Maybe. I think it should be okay. It should measure at 1K, but 99. They all measured at over 1K. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. But when we know one, and once the power is off, we can always measure it that way too. These two should be at 10K, but the resistors will help the display. You have the vibe like Tony Stark making an arc reactor in a cave. It's the room of creations. Holton65 EPS57. Welcome to the channel. 9.8. That's all right. 9.8 should do the trick. We make these videos so you don't have to. Yeah, can you imagine that? I am like working in a cave, right? Except I'm not Iron Man. Oh, 10.05. Wow. Nice. That one measured. And I believe that's it. Nice. Not many parts to measure. These are switches, and this is the USB micro. Not crazy about the micro session, but I'm going to wait towards the end once the radio is working and see what'll happen if I put on a oh, I forgot to measure the baby capacitors. Little bitty radio man. Oh, I met someone where I was flying today, the drone, on our live stream, and the guy's name was Gargamel. He was an actor, professional actor for a living. I've never seen any of his stuff. And apparently, he last few gigs he's had. Then again, I don't watch TV. I'm always down here. The last few gigs he had, Radio Man was there. He was telling me 36 PF. So hopefully, I have to check the book and see what these are supposed to measure as. But this one measured at 36. And he was telling me how, Hollywood cut the budget on the food, and, how they're hiring different workers for the catering. Me, when I lived in the city, my favorite part of the movie set was not the actors or actresses. My favorite part of the movie set was the food. Like, they had the best food out on the table. Like the cakes, the cookies, the fresh baked this, everything. Oh, wow. Unknown. No component. That's weird. I love the food. Test in progress. What they have on the movie set. Everything was like by hand, catered, and fresh. Nice. 35. Yeah, I was telling him about that. But he was telling me how Radio Man. He shared his real name, but I forgot what his real name was. Because I was watching my drone. I had to make sure that I gotta keep my eye on it. A lot of people don't understand 36 while you're flying, that why you're not giving them the attention that they need. This one. Whoops. And this one may or may not measure, but hopefully it does, because I slid it up too high. Yeah, so that was the best thing since sliced bread. Because if you guys have been following me, I just stream from my freaking backyard when we do Friday night flights. And when I was there today, I was like, And my phone said 5G. I don't even get 5G where I live right now. When I freaking have my phone in my neighborhood, it's 4G. And today, wherever I was, it said 5G. And that's why the stream was freaking amazing. At least I hope it was when I went back and listened to it on the way back in the car. All right, so now we're going to turn on our soldering iron. This is the pencil soldering iron. There's a link in the description down below. Hi, Farm Tech Kim. Nice to have you here on the channel. I'm just going to grab this thing over here. Welcome, everyone. This is for like all ages. You know, like you guys can follow along. You can buy the parts you need. And hopefully we don't have to troubleshoot this. I'm hoping. Time will tell. We have had to troubleshoot them in the past where it turned into like a freaking 3-part series of the radio. But that's okay. I know how to fix this. All right. So now we're going to apply flux here. We like to start low and then go high because it's hard to start out of the higher parts when we, you know, like building a stack, like a pyramid. Radio Man, who's there? It was good. It was a good stream. Yeah. Hey, Bob. Oh, it was. Even Bob says it was a good stream. Thanks, Bob. Yeah. And then it had me thinking, I'm going to go check my email again and go back to the people that wanted to send me the Starlink stuff, because the Starlink is having a special, and then I can go like different places, you know, as long as they don't have any drone ordinances, because I only fly in places that don't have drone ordinances. But this particular place didn't have a drone ordinance, but the guy was going to give me something if I had decided to fly. Hold on, I need to find something in his town. He's like, there's nothing you need from me if you're not going to fly in the town. And I was like, great. And I just wanted to fly over the water to that castle, and I can't wait to go back again when there are leaves there. So we know there we have 5G. And if we have 5G, I'm going to check my phone. I'm going to check my computer later, because, you know, we're live streaming right now. Putting flux on. Flux helps melt the solder, so it has that matrixy effect. But I want to go, so it just goes bloop, because you don't want to spend time camping on your stuff. Camping just means your soldering iron is spending too much time on here on the board, and then you just mess shit up, and then, you know, you just, things don't work out. I want to see if there's a map of like where the 5G coverage is, and hopefully those places will have those are the places I can go. I can just take the show on the road, right? Anyway, I'm gonna check it out later. I'm gonna reply back and to the people that wanted to send me the Starlink stuff. I could check it out right now. See what it was, because the Starlink charger alone costs like freaking $60. And I was like, no. And I was like, oh, I don't have Starlink, but thank you. And then I said no. Let me go back into my. Just gonna go into my Proton Mail and see. And then I should be able to type in Starlink, and then, oh nice, and there it is. Let's see if we can find it. Samsung me. See, here it is. Starlink, oops, accessory exposure, increase our sales. Well, we might see. I told them that I don't have Starlink, but thanks, and they wanted to send me that. It's so big though. I was hoping to get something in my backpack. If you don't have Starlink but have other models of Starlink devices, once some reviews are said. All right, you know what? I'm gonna write back to them and be like, you know what? I might have a Starlink. So that's really cool. Except I have to. I want to see some of the video reviews on the Starlink. I would do the Starlink Mini because I don't need a big freaking thing. I want to. If you ever watch Nick Shirley, I think he has Starlink, but I think they have one in his backpack. Like he has like a really small one. All right, so now we have there. So we're gonna start with the. Remember, read the resistors. We're going to start with the 5K resistors, which go right there. Am I in Pro? Yeah, I am in Pro. Except, let's turn off. Alexa, turn off camera lights.
Okay.
And then I'll take it out of Pro so that we can get better lighting, because we don't need that big light shining on here. With that, this is fine. Okay, so now, have you heard of the guy that fly on a drone? No, I don't know. I don't know the guy who flies on a drone. No. I saw one video where the guy flew on the drone and he got busted by the FAA because apparently, like, if you have a flying drone that you can ride on, you still need your Part 107 or something like that. You still need to follow the FAA rules. And now they're cracking down on everyone. I'm glad that when I called them, like, I'm pretty sure I'm on their radar now. Probably on everybody's radar now after calling West Point. These 510, yeah, they're 510. That, it's just something you gotta do. Hold on, let's bund these. So remember, it doesn't matter how you put the resistor in, but for me, I want all the colors to. It's a little goopy underneath, but I like them to match so that it looks really pretty, color coordinated. So all the greens will just be lined up. Yeah, it was nice to speak to the FAA. They were actually happy. They were like, even though there was another woman who called me too. I had two people to call me, and they were like, they wish more people did this. They're like, oh well, and I only did it because the freaking code enforcer, Manny, he's like, yeah, you should call them too, And then when I called him back, he asks, did you call? And I'm like, no, I didn't. And then he'd be like, no, my friend, you have to call them. I'm like, all right. You could say yes, but, and I'm glad I did call because a lot's going to change with these drone rules and regulations. As we have more deviant drones, then we're probably going to wake up one morning and find out the place you could fly, you can no longer fly. So I'm glad I called them. They looked me up. They're like, I can't find your Part 107. And I'm like, yeah, that's because try this name. I gave them my not my alias, but a different, what my Part 107 is listed under. And then he's like, oh, okay. He's like, see, yeah, I have you in my computer. And then I showed up. I wonder how you show up on their computer, though. And I have another contact from the FAA. I really love working with him whenever I need approval to fly in restricted airspace. I'm not a fan of flying in restricted airspace, but where I wanted to fly in Long Island, he needed approval. But other than that, I usually don't. Like if it's restricted, or I just keep away from it. I don't like. I get nervous. And especially now, DJI took out the geo maps, the red zones from their receivers. So now you really have to do your homework. And you really got to call these places. You got to do, if you check out that video, how to fly your drone everywhere. If you don't do that, you're more likely to get into trouble. And especially with moving TFRs, I don't know if what was it, DHS, or I forget what they're called. I think the Department of Homeland Security. I don't know. Oh no, ICE. I don't know if ICE notifies. We got an extra resistor. Local law enforcement that they're coming to your town you know, to get you, if you know, if you're not here legally. So I would definitely call local law enforcement. This way, you know, if they do decide to work together as a team, right, and then they have a moving TFR. Moving TFR just means I could be flying my drone, and then a TFR can show up, and means all drones are grounded. But how am I going to know all drones are grounded, right? So hopefully, in an ideal world, it would be nice if ICE partnered with local law enforcement, right? This way, when I'm around flying my drone, they know it's me, right? And then I don't have to worry about getting arrested. Because apparently, if you fly your drone when there's a moving TFR and there's an ICE situation, you are now in trouble. And it was funny, I was on the tracks with Gargamel and there was an incident with the police, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's ICE." I'm like, "What, are you shitting me?" He's like, "I think so." And I'm like, and then I don't know who it was, but you know, the train tracks were down. Not train, the thing like was going ding 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 ding. A train was coming, but yeah. So that's the other bummer for drone pilots now. You can't fly when there's a moving TFR, but how the hell am I supposed to know there's a moving TFR? That's the other thing, you know, like there should be like some sort of grace. Okay, let's say if you call dispatch and there's a moving TFR where ICE is, then you have like a get out of jail free card, right? That's the only downside. You know, all the penalties. Look it up. Moving TFRs. It's a new thing now. I learned it from drone camps. It's just crazy times we live in. You know, so I never called the FAA though. I only called them because that was probably the second time I called the FAA. First time I called FAA is when I first got my drone. I called the number on the hotline, and really nice. And then years later, then I called them because Manny told me to call them. So I was like, this one's not. I don't know why. It's fine like this. So once it gets up to 7 something, we should be good to go. We'll do the resistors first for the resistance. So yeah, that's the only downside. I hate that. I'm definitely gonna write this Celestiala back and tell them I'll do the video for the Starlink. We got an extra resistor. This part's tricky because it's hard to get that angle. But once it gets hot enough, my tip's already tinned. It's at 700. I should turn the fan on though. How's your Bitcoin doing, Bob? Is it still with the Jingle Miner? Do you like it? Did it hit anything yet? Or did you I know I had trouble with it. I think it takes a week or two for it to actually show the best and difficulty, if you remember that. It's not going to show anything, which was a bummer, and that's because of the pools that it uses, the default pool on the Jingle Miner. But other than that, it works great. It's messed up that they don't have the Jingle Miner on Amazon though. Right? Nice. It's just melting. Literally. Sweet. Who's that? It's okay. Say. Oh, okay. So Bob says his jingle miner is okay. Nice. And again, it's really cool. Who knows, hopefully you strike it, hopefully you get it. If not, you tried, right? We were all in it. Well, we will have remembered the time when we had jingle miners, Bitcoin miners they're called, which is really cool that people today have that. I don't know, I don't know. I think we had, growing up, we had sea monkeys, right? Remember the sea monkey? We didn't have miners. We had sea monkeys and other, the Harry Blackstone's magic kit. Remember that? Oops. It's really tricky. I gotta bend the solder. I just need to get in there. And this is like getting that right angle. But the good thing is that, well, for now, we're on a roll. Sometimes when the soldering iron is on for too long, then it starts shorting out on us. It starts glitching. But at least it's working. Oh, I need some more there. Sweet. All right. So now, where's our thingy? Bob, mine was beta fish. Oh, I remember the beta fish. We had that with my kids, and we had like Charlie 3.0. We had so many different versions of Charlie. It kept dying, and then finally it lived. We had one that lived, I think, 2 years. But in the beginning, we had so many different beta fish. I kept trying to find the same one. I would go to Petco. That one doesn't work. This one's more for a different wire. I would go to Petco and browse for like 20 or 30 minutes looking for another version of Charlie, so that when the kids would wake up in the morning, Charlie would still be alive. Or when they went to school. Usually, Charlie died when they were in the morning, and they never checked it in the morning. So I just had to make it to Petco before they got home and put Charlie, well, the new Charlie, back into his tank, and business as usual. And then occasionally, once or twice a week, the girls would look at Charlie. One time, the first time Charlie died, they were aware of it, and they were sad because apparently he jumped out of the tank. Like literally, I didn't know beta fish could do that. Just jump right out. And I was like, what? Yeah, Charlie jumped out. And nice that all these got on like that. And then I think towards the end, the last 2 years of Charlie version, 10, I bought a filter. I bought an electric feeder, which was so cool. I was like, wow, this is fun. This is great. And when I put a filter in, the filter made such a big difference. I only had to clean the tank once a month. It was like amazing, as opposed to like once a week or once every couple of weeks. So the filter really does make a big difference on these fish tanks. I just didn't, beta fish don't really need them. But it just made such a big difference. But by the time I got all my ducks in a row and Charlie 2.0, he died, and then they were done. My wife was like, no more Charlies after this. And it is kind of nice having no more Charlies after this, because I have my weekends. I don't have to find someone, a neighbor, to feed my fish, you know. I'm free. Oh, that part is nice. I like that. I don't know if you like that too. What do you have now, Bob? I don't know what Bob has now. We still have a dog, though. The dog is fine, though. The dog is not really. Right, so we have that. Beta fish. All right, so now we're going to put the other resistor. We're going to do all resistors. We're going to resist out. So next we have with the resistors, we're going to do the 1Ks. KKK. Oh, nice. See? And then it just looks nicer when you put the colors in uniform. Now, the colors don't have to be in uniform with resistors. It can be blue, 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 you know, like as long as they're the same numbers. But I like to see how it's all green going across. That's really cool. All right, so now we're going to do the 1K. We only got two 10Ks. Birds, but they're my mom. Oh, I hate my mom. We had birds growing up too. I hated the birds. She loved them. We had finches, and the finches were, the birds are really dirty. Like, they're just hard to maintain the cage. We had chickens too one time. I'll tell you more about the chickens in a bit. But the birds, they were loud, and we had to put a cover on the cage when the birds went to sleep at night, and then they would go to sleep. But it didn't matter what time of day it was. You could not sleep in on a Saturday because those freaking birds would be chirping away, like literally. And that's what I hated about the birds, because the cleaning, we didn't really have to clean it. My mom cleaned it, but I couldn't sleep in, and it was no fun. They'd be like the finches all the time. I was like, I just want to sleep. Nope, good luck with that. It was weird with the cover though. At night the cover would work, but during the day, nope. They just knew, like chickens, you know, like during the pandemic we got chickens, and I bought a incubating machine, and then I put I bought these eggs from Amazon, these fertilized eggs. You just can't buy any eggs from the supermarket. It worked out pretty good. We got a lot of chickens, and I didn't realize what a rooster was until we got one. My kids saw it. They were like, "Oh my God, we got a rooster!" And they could tell, like you could tell what a rooster looks like compared to a chicken when you start incubating eggs. And I didn't think nothing of it, to be honest with you, until the rooster started freaking waking up really early in the morning. We had, I think, 6 or 7 chickens during the pandemic, and then a hawk took 2. We were there. We were all witness to that, and something happened to the other one. None of them died naturally. They all got because we wanted to raise free range chickens, and I still have the incubator for the next pandemic. But we didn't get any eggs. We didn't make it that far. Hold on, let me make sure this is correct. I mean, there is no correct, but I just want them to match, to be lined up beautifully. And then what happened was, I wanted to get rid of the chickens. I was like, I'm done, because I hated cleaning the chicken coop. It was hard. It was a pain in the butt, and it stunk. You know, even though we had free range chicken, they were roaming around the land. They still slept and shit in the same place. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to get rid of it. I can't, I just can't maintain it's like, I can't be Farmer Lou anymore. And then my wife was like, what do you mean? I was like, well, I was riding my bike, and I passed this house, and there was this family, and they had chickens running around. And I asked the guy if he wanted them. And he said, I'll take him. He's coming in like an hour. And she's like, what do you mean? Who are these people? And he's like, I don't know. They have chickens. What does it matter? And she's like, no, you can't. We can't do that. She's like, well, then we need to have the girls are attached to my daughters are attached to them, and they need to have closure. We just can't, they need to write a letter, say goodbye. What do you mean say goodbye? A little letter. And then that deal went out the window. So then I had to tell the guy, sorry, can't get rid of the chickens. We'll be in touch. And then something happened. The chickens, one of the chickens attacked her mom. And the rooster, I think anyway, they were, and then shitting on the car. They were sleeping on the car because they were wild chickens, and it's hard to get off bird poop or chicken coop from the car, chicken poop. And they were just as wild and crazy. They started getting more aggressive. And then I just go on our bicycle ride, and then I come back, and the chickens are gone. I was like, wait, what happened? I mean, she's like, oh no, they had to go. One of them attacked my mom. And the other one's like shitting on the car and then chased my sister. I was like, yeah, but wait, what happened to closure? Like, where's the letter? What? There's no goodbye. And then that was the end. I was like, really? So it's amazing how the rules of the game change when, when I don't know. Anyway, I was a little disappointed there because that was the experience. No closure. Yeah, so shit goes south. There ain't no letter. I should turn the fan on because these resistors are a little hard. You're explaining my whole life story. She also had a cockatoo. That's so funny. Yeah, Bob knows what it's like. I don't know. The finches. The chickens. You're like, no. It was nice though, raising chickens. It was like a different experience. During, I don't know what you guys did during the pandemic, but the hardest part, aside from chickens, because if you have chickens, you'll always have eggs, right? And you just won't have fertilized eggs unless you have a rooster, which is fine. We didn't want to breed a whole bunch of chickens until the rooster came. But it was kind of interesting. But it's a hard life, a farmer. I could see why they go to bed with the chickens, because it ain't easy. And the whole chicken coop thing, cleaning it, maintaining it, you gotta really watch the wildlife, because sometimes the wildlife will eat your stock, and that does happen. Hawks take them, so that's why sometimes you have free range chickens, right? But they hold on, are in a like outdoor enclosure that's netted on the top, so that when the hawks come, or foxes or whatever, they can't get to them. But sometimes they do get in, like, if you do have an enclosure one, the foxes and all the animals of prey will find a way in. Where there's a will, there's a way, but you limit it. But where I was out in Long Island, people still had free range. So they I guess once you reach a point where you're breeding the chickens naturally, like they're able to maintain the numbers on their own without the incubator, then it's gonna be okay to have a fox come in every now and again and eat them, right? Unless it's like the apocalypse, zombie apocalypse, and you need it's so funny, I'm just laughing because you're explaining my whole life story. That's too funny. Yeah. All right, so let's see, we're at the 1K. I think that we have some other 1Ks. See? Nice. That's a 10K. We have two more 1Ks. We have one 1K here, and it could be an extra one. We just want to make sure that's a 10K. Oh, and there's a 1K right there. So we got 2 more 1Ks. All right, which should be right here. Just double check. I'm a little nervous about the speaker. I hope the speaker works. Speaker, you are not me. I got one neighbor with the chicken, another with a pig. That's so funny. My grandfather had pigs, and he had some chickens, but he I don't know. I don't remember how they died. I think we ate them. I think he butchered them. Like, we ate. That's how we got chicken. But the pigs, did we have pigs? I can't remember. There was they had a little farm. There were some pigs, but I don't think we only did the chickens. The chickens were the only ones that were, like you would think the pigs would have been for bacon. I think the pigs were just pets. Don't eat the pigs, but eat the chickens. So I need another 1K. And so I got one 1K in there. And now I need to find the other 1K slot, which is somewhere. That's a C to 10K. And now I'm just looking. I saw it a second ago. 104. Not sure what that is. 10K. R6. $104. The 104s are the ceramic capacitors. There it is. No, that's 104. That's a ceramic capacitor spot, which doesn't have a positive or negative. Another 104. And then we have a 10K, which I keep saying. I guess that's it. It could be a spare one. You know what? The only way to find out is just to go here. Just open up the book, and it'll tell us where are the resistors. Solder LED, and then solder toggle switch, solder ceramic capacitors, and where are the resistors? So it doesn't tell you though. Sometimes it tells you like R1, R2, R3. Potentiometer tells us where it goes. Oh, we have problem. No. Yeah. Reference on the diagram. Resistors. Okay, so we're doing the which ones are we doing? Let's see, that's why I lost track. 1K. So the 1Ks go into so there's a spare one. R2, R3, R4, R5, and R6. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resistors. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in the fifth one. So the last one is an extra one. See, problem solved. Except where did I put it? I don't know. Anyway, it's somewhere. Oh, it's right here. I got it ready, but no need to get it ready. So now we got that. So now I might be able to, since it's just one, I might be able to just push down on it, right, without using the tape. I don't like when it moves, but that's okay if it moves, just press there. Doesn't have to be perfect. I still can't get over the freaking live stream today. Like, I don't even get that kind of freaking internet at home. You guys know my internet, and I'm right next to my freaking router, let alone. And here I was on my phone on 5G. Got like let's see what that is. 5G. 5G is amazing. Kind of loving it. It got me like cheaper than my cell phone plan. I don't, I use my phone, but it's not like we're at 642. So you don't want to spend a lot of time camping on your parts. We got pigs. Yeah, pigs are hard too. Cows. Some people have cows for the milk. Milky. It's just no fun. Sweet. And we got that out of the way. The resistors for the resistance. All right. Now I got to cut these things. Then we'll just snap one. Snap two. Could always use a tape to clean it up. Yeah, nice. We got our resistors in. Next we're gonna do, remember, we're building up, right? It's easier to, oh man. Let me think for a second. No, there's space to get in there. Because I wanna, some parts are hard to get into. All right, so now we're gonna do the, I guess leveling up. The 104s, the capacitors. Again, you could check on the board, on the schematics, to see where the 104s go, but 104 is labeled. But if you're not sure how many, because as you can see, they're really generous with this kit and send you extra parts. So as we have here, and there we go. That's 2. And that's 3, another 104. All right. Hope you're using your, there's a link to this kit in the description, Bob. You might like this one. It's a really cool one. And 4. C6. Yay. I want to double check. I should double check these things. Where is it? Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Ceramic capacitors. Radio. Where's 104? Display switch. 100 CF. Wow. Oh, there we go. C1, C2, C6, and C9. So there are 4. C1, C2, C6, C9. Yep. C6 and C9. Okay, good. They're in their right place. I just don't want them to... Should I use the tape? Let's see. Yeah, I might need tape. Maybe not. Maybe if I... Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to need the painter's tape. It's all right, though. Oh, maybe not. You know what you could do is push them in and then spread their legs like that. See? Voila. Now when I turn it upside down, it'll work. Hopefully this light battery doesn't die. That's on my head. It should be okay. We're gonna wait for it to get, maybe I'll turn it up some. Nope. Oh wow, it is dimming. I should have charged it the night before. Remember 7 something is what this gets at. I'm gonna turn the fan on so that I can, it'll suck out all the goodness. And don't forget there are 10K resistor spots, which I should have done, but I didn't. So now we're a little bit high, but not too high, where it'll be difficult to get those parts in, but it won't. All right. And we got 1. There we go. A little tricky, this one. And 2. 3. Oh, Swedish Forge. Wow, he's waving. Sweet. Good to have you here, and nice to see you earlier today. Really nice to have you back. Now we got our crew. Almost got our crew back. We need Ken. Ken's busy, man. Went to his house the other day. He's gonna be busy for a long time. He's probably up right now doing some stuff, but you know, I'm sure he misses it, but yeah, he's really got his hands tied for the next few months. Good things happening though, but it was cool when he was here. And then we had I saw Markabay earlier. Markabay was here on the live stream, which was really cool. Nice having the crew back. We got a crew. Well, that's okay. We also have Bob. Bob's here. Good morning, Lou. I have just woken up. Good morning. Wow. Oh, that's good though. That's good that you just woke up, because you've been pulling all-nighters, man. And I tell you, I've been going to bed a little bit earlier, and I feel better. I mean, I miss staying up late, to be honest with you, but it does take its toll on your health, you know. So I can't stay up late all the time, but I will, you know. I will continue. I will be back, you know, but just not like as usual, like every single time, only because I just can't. I guess that's because I'm getting older. You know, I used to be able to stay up all night and then function really well during the day. Those days are over. But that's okay. That's why we have Saturday night, right? Just can't do it like I used to every day during the week. So now we're going to put the 10K resistors in. I'm going to shut this off. And so I'm really glad that you say that you just woke up, because that means you got a good night's, well, I can't say you got a good night's sleep, because sometimes we tend to go to bed at like 4 in the morning and wake up. You're up late, Lou. Shouldn't older men sleep at this time? Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, we should, man. We should. But I'm just gonna do this radio and then hit the hay, and then maybe put the USB-C on here. I'm just looking for the 10K resistor. So it is a spare one. So we have one spare resistor for the resistance, and this is another extra one. We can put it in our book, our book of trains, book of resistors. All right, so that's a 10K, which goes. Where does the 10K go? Right there. There's our 10K. Okay, okay. Yeah, I know. Well, no. Well, yeah, old men should go to sleep early, right? And then also, it's official. we're an old man now because we're playing with radios. Right? Isn't that what old men do? Play with radios? Oops, don't break your stuff. I get to play with my radio. If you had told me I was going to be building radios, playing with radios when I was younger, I'd be like, no. We got to wait for it to get to... It's 4:45 a.m. here in Sweden, right? Wow, that's early, man. That's about the time I've been waking up now, though, at 5 in the morning, since I've been going to bed early. It does feel different going to bed early and waking up early. Feel kind of more vitalized, believe it or not. But whoops. My boss is going to be away, so I have to go in earlier. She's going to be away for I think a month. So, but I'm still going to be here during the week. I just don't know what days. But once I know, I have to check my phone because she sent me a text, and then I'll know you know, how to schedule the rest of the streams. But just, you know, I miss when it was like the days that we had dedicated to the stream. It will be just maybe after a month when she comes back. And it's funny because someone else at my job was complaining about the same thing. He's like, I just can't be doing this like sporadic hours. You know, I have a calendar I like to maintain. Yeah, me too. Tell me about it, Brian. Literally. Gonna need some more solder there. So yeah, I know the feeling when you guys got used to the show. But it was cool to see that ruined castle on the island you filmed. I recognize the island. I've seen it before. I'm pretty sure you have. It's amazing, though. I'm going to go back again. Now that we know we got 5G service and we can stream from there, I want to go back when the leaves are on there. It's going to look even different, right? And I want to go... There's the bridge in Terrytown. I want to go there and see if we can stream from there. Because can you imagine we stream from there, we get 5G service, and then I want to check out Friday night flights there. It's going to be beautiful. Hopefully. Only if we can get 5G service in Terrytown. Of course, I will call the town again to make sure there's no drone ordinance, given, you know, the crazy shit that's happening with drones. Again, right? Except all over the country. But if they say I'm fine, then I just have to either drive there or look on the map to see what sort of cell phone coverage is there, if they've got 5G. But, you know, you really need to go there and stand and see what the reception's like so that, you know, I would know. You have to go closer to the ruins, take pictures. So cool. Yeah, I don't know, man. I you know, with the Mavic 4... that depth and perception is a little off. I could be 100 feet from the ruins, and then it looks like on it. It looks like I'm like 4 feet from it. So I don't have that depth and perception gauge thingy. You can still see the drone, but it's hard to gauge. I'll go closer. Hey, wait. I have the Mavic 4. I could just zoom in, right? I could use the X zoom. You know what? I don't know what I was thinking. I'll go again. And I will zoom in. I forgot I have the zoom. Here's the LED. I don't know what I was thinking. The LED, I believe, goes here. The short side is the negative, and the I want to double check this one because I would hate to put the LED in the wrong spot because I don't have a book of LEDs. But they're a pain to get off. And if you apply too much heat, you'll end up melting the plastic. So let's see. We have LED display segment, or maybe, no, that's U7. D1. Where is D1? D1. Oh, nice. I did put it in the right place. Okay, good. So I just need to make sure that positive is the long wire. This one might need some tape to hold it, which I had on my leg. Yes, do that zoom. I'll do the zoom. I'm going to schedule that one. And I have 2 trips to make. We're going to go back there. And well, I want to go back during the day, of course, because there's nothing to see there at night. I want to go back. I think if I go, I don't think I can't go this Monday because I have to work. But I'm going to go on a Monday because I think that's when Manny's there, the code enforcer. I want to get him on the live stream and be like, yo, Manny, do I have to call dispatch every time I launch? Because Manny said call dispatch every time I decide to go there and fly, which is fine, given the times we're in. But because the guy, I think the desk sergeant was like, yeah, okay, goodbye, thank you, like I was bothering them. But you have to respect Manny's wishes anyway, since he's the code enforcer. So if you don't do it correctly, he'll make your life a living hell. And not just him, that's the FAA too. You got FAA requires you to follow the rules of the local town ordinances if they have one. We'll soon post the X23 final. Wow, finish painting, and then the Yoda figure I have printed. Wow, did you print the Yoda in his colors, or do you have to paint him? Yeah, I love Yoda. I have Groot 3D printed for my pencil case, but it's getting too that's weird. My LED is not working. Where are we? At 7:57. Whoops. It should work now. This is what always happens on the live stream. When the soldering iron is on for too long, it starts to glitch out. Yay. Nope. Yep, got 1 and 2. There. Might have to clean it up a bit, but sweet. Okay. Let's see what Swedish Forge says. When are you going to start 3D printing this week? I don't. Oh, I have it scheduled. I have to check and see. I will let you know in a second. I believe it's on Wednesday. We're printing that Plano car. Hopefully, as long as the people at work show up that are supposed to. So I'm kind of like on standby, but I have it scheduled for 3D print of the week, right? And we just need to make sure that the people show up at work. Hopefully. If not, it'll be me and the new gal. The new woman's really nice. She's like, wish they found her a long time ago. Like, the other woman before her was a nightmare. This one's good. She's got her shit together. And she can do the job. She's no longer being shadowed, which is so cool. She came to me. She's like, so when do I get to go into that office over there? Like, how long do I have to sit in the front next to the director? And I said, you're just, right now you're just being shadowed. You need to know people's names and be able to do the job without being told how to do it, and then that will be your office. I said, and then now she's in there. Now she's probably happy. She's probably like, I did it. Yes, I made it to my own office. I'm happy for her though, because her desk was closest to the door, literally, no pun intended. They left it that way for a reason. It didn't make the cut. Just go Just you can. No, she's good. I think she's gonna. I hope that she stays. I hope that it's not like a stepping stone for her, where she, you know, she was like a stay-at-home mom and then hasn't worked for forever and or something like that, and then now she's got a really good job and she's just using it to build up her skills, and then once her skills are built up, you know, she's going to get a better job. I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully not, because then we're screwed again. And then we got to find somebody else. That does happen sometimes. But I hope that they don't scare her away either, because sometimes they're always reinventing the wheel at my job. They're like, well, we're not doing this anymore. We're going to be doing it like this now. And I'm like, what? So you got to be able to pivot every time they reinvent the wheel. Like, what the fuck, you guys? You know, like, just leave it business as usual. That part drives me fucking crazy. Like, I hate that part of my job where they just keep, we're doing it like this now. I'm like, I don't know, I just can't. You know, sometimes I just making sure these capacitors are in correctly. All right, so these I'm not sure. I might put tape. Except where are, I thought I had them here a second ago. Where are the chips? We had the chips here a second ago. The brains. Oh, I put the brains over there. All right, so these are the capacitors. I think I'm gonna do tape. I want to. Well, you don't have to. You could just do it as it is. But I just want them to look pretty. Because as long as they are in, you know, in there the way they're supposed to be, yeah, they're fine. You know, but I want it to look nice. Who knows? We might wind up sending this to Bob. You know, Bobby like, I'll take it. I'll pay for the shipping. Right? It's fine. I don't know. I want to see. Well, first let's get it working. Yeah. Do you work in the finance department? Nah, I did. But then I got locked out. I was using Salesforce, and I don't know. I go in occasionally and use it. I hate Salesforce, to be honest with you. It is because it's not like QuickBooks. QuickBooks is very. Your QuickBooks will be fine. I can jump on your company's QuickBooks and his company's QuickBooks and their company's, and then, you know, like easily take, you know, figure it out. With Salesforce, each version of Salesforce is different. It's all customized according to, if it's built out just for you, and it's like all the freaking code in there is crazy. And you know, it's custom. So it's not like I can go to your company and understand your Salesforce. It's like a whole another can of worms. It's like starting new again, because you had it built out just for you. And then all these troubleshooting tickets. I hate putting troubleshooting tickets in for Salesforce, because they usually send you a link. I'm like, yeah, I know that. I see that. Like, I'm calling because I need help. Like, I don't know how to do it. That's why I'm on the phone. That reminds me about the other thing about shipping. Yeah, shipping. This one wouldn't be too much to ship, Bob. This one would probably cost like $10 to ship. You know? Not much at all. If we got it to work, but can't have. No. Oh wow, that's really weird. It's not melting. Where are we? 7. It's possible that from manhandling it. I might have taken off like the flux in areas that had it. Swedish Forge. I should have enough filament. I have to check and see, Bob. That print that you wanted is takes a lot of filament, and I have to open up the STL file. And see. Interesting. Yeah, the solder's not going bloop like the Matrix when Neo touched the mirror, which just means that it probably needs more flux, you know? And then one of them has a little bit too much, but that's all right. Can snip it off. Oops. Now I'm curious what kind of print needs a lot of filament. Oh, that's Bob's coin holder thingy. It's like a coin change thing. You put, it's like they have at the banks, a coin sorter of some sort. I have to find it. It's pretty big. I'll send you a copy of the file. You might be able to help us slice it a little bit better. There was just a comment that came in somewhere from Instagram. All right, we got our capacitors on. Capacitance for the capacitors. And the envelope, please. Look at that. This just looks nicer when you do it that way, you know? See? And just bend it a little, bend it a little, bend it a little. See, voila. They're close together. They could go in a little more, but that's why we use the painter's tape, so it just comes out a little bit even. More even steel. We're almost done. We just got the brains and some other stuff to do. This one is the 1UF. Where is the 1UF? Right here. Wow, such a big... See? 1UF goes right there. It's funny, someone said, like Tony Stark in the cave. Here, sweet. This one looks pretty good. I should be able to get... I'm going to put some more flux, because as you can see, some of these parts I'm camping. I don't want to camp on these things. It should be melting. It should be going bloop, but it's not. It should go quickly. It's a piece of metal. Just send me the STL file and I'll check it out. I will send it to you. All right. Once I'm done with this, we'll check the STL file. Whoops, don't break your stuff. Ah, yeah, so I did need more flux. No, it's not. See? Tap and tap. That's how it's supposed to be. I knew something was up. I keep telling you guys this stuff, but I don't practice what I preach. Like, I'm like, yeah, if it doesn't melt, it usually means it's not the right temperature, or it needs more flux, or something else. And then I'm having the issue, it's not working, and I don't do what I said. and it turned out it needed more flux. I don't know. You would think that because I caked it on in the beginning, and it would work. But as long as you have the flux at the base on the board, it just somehow works magic with the solder. And you could also put the flux on the part, you know, how you would tin wires. So let's see what we got here. We have, this is another tricky part. What is that? That should go like that, right? Maybe we'll do that next. These are tricky. The switches. See, we got one switch here. No, I'm not going to do the switch next because I need to get into the chip, the brains. Where does this go? It might be stretched out. Oh yeah, they are. This one's bent. Bummer. At least it's not broken though. So we got our 3 holes, right? This one can go in. That's our switch. And this is the power, which I'm gonna do the USB-C here. I want to look at my box and see. This one might be able to. Let's see if I turn it upside down. Might need some tape. Yeah. Definitely more flux. It's dried out. I guess from manhandling the board. So now yeah, definitely flux. And now we have here. And then we have here. So it'll just go bloop. Make sure it's on. Make sure that's there. I'm so excited. I can't wait to bring the show on the road, right? Hopefully. Don't get too excited because the laws are changing all the time. And with all these rogue pilots running around, I forget who it was. I think it was Bob. It was like they planned to do a drone ban in New Jersey. Do you want a new figure to print for the week? I have one, but send what you have because yours are always really good. Definitely. Send it our way. But we won't do it this week. We'll do it the following week because we already have one this week. Whoops. But yeah, totally. Sweet. I just want to make sure that the switch is covered. One more. Sweet. All right. Whoops. Okay, Lou, no problem, says Swedish Forge. Yeah. Swedish Forge is the one that sent us the, what do you call it? X23 that we printed and painted. So it looks like we'll have another print to last us a good couple of weeks. I just need to make that prettier. Great. Which is great. That can come off. We could reuse the tape for this one over here. I think the the headphone jack goes here. Wish it was Bluetooth. Can you imagine that? That would be really cool if we had a Bluetooth jack. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 connections here. The rest is just plastic holes. I just want to make sure that this is correct. So we're almost done. Hardest part will probably, hopefully the speaker works too, but that's okay if it doesn't. We'll just take it from the other radio. Last time we built this, if you go back and watch our other one, the speaker didn't work, the transistors didn't work, and it turned out to be a live troubleshooting. I feel bad for the people who bought the kit because people bought this kit and hold on, none of the parts work. Kind of like the calculator. At least with the calculator, only one part was like broken. With this one, I had to order a new a new chip, which sucked. And if you didn't know what you were doing, you pretty much thought you messed up, or you know, of course, they sent you bad parts. Great. So we got the switch and the headphone jack in. We are somewhat golden. Look at that. Sweet, we're almost there. Then we just got that, and the hardest part will, oh man, I should have waited with the chip. The crystal, or the, you know, the other, what is it called? Hold on. This is the chip modular radio module. The radio module is a little tricky to put in, which I should have done a little bit. I should have done that first because I put the headphone jack in, and it can be done, but it's just tricky. And the way the soldering has been like glitching out, where I've had to camp a little bit, hasn't been fun. All right, so let's open this up. Hopefully it will let us work the magic. Radio, is it a kit you're working on? Yeah. Yep, it's a radio. Hopefully it works. And then if it does work, we have to be careful with the music and what we play, because this 2-hour stream could wind up blacklisted, you know? I'm like, no, no, please, no. All right, so this part's a little tricky, but oh yeah, we definitely need flux on here. So we're gonna put flux on the board. Where's my paintbrush? I had it here. So, oh, it's right in front of me. All right, so this is so the solder will melt, and you gotta put the brains in correctly. Oh, maybe here too. We'll do that one later though. See, and then now this will go here. So now we put this here like that. See? And then this part's tricky because you want to make sure actually, you know what we could do is cut a thin piece of tape so that it holds, and then we can pretty much let the magic happen. So piece of tape like this, and then let it go down like that. It's pretty thin. It needs to be a little bit thinner. And then let it go a little bit thinner. And then let it go more like that. That should hold it. And then, come on, 816, what's up? Hey, it's been a while. Good to see. Come on, and we have almost our whole crew here. And come on, it's been a while. Come on, let me show you where it's at. And then this, we should be able to tape like that. So then when we tap it with the soldering iron, right? Because we will accidentally tap it every now and again. It's going to move. It's going to get the solder where it needs to be. And maybe, see, if I can somehow get it lined up, we'll be golden. And then that's the tricky part. All right. That is the tricky part. Let me just double check. Sweet. Now this has to be the right one. Hope everyone is having a good weekend. We are actually. Welcome back to Saturday Night Live. We used to do Saturday Night Live Q&A, but now we're just doing Saturday Night Live soldering because we're going to be fixing a drone next, and you only get one take with the drone. Hope all is well with you. Come on. Right. This is the tricky part. Oh wow, interesting. There's like a little bead of solder on there. If I can get one bead in, we're at 6. Remember, it has to be at 7 something. Everything just fine, but early morning. Woke up 4 a.m. Wow, what time is it where you are? Come on. Thankfully, I have extra 104s if I accidentally hit this. Oh, wow. Forget about accidentally hit this. It just moved. Like, I need to slide it over. This is the hardest part because you need to get it. I may have to just cut a thinner piece of tape. But looks like it's better now. Okay. And if I can bring this up. Right, we are golden. That's the only hard part right here, is getting this thing where it needs to be. And once you do, okay, you are, see, it's like it's not even. That should do the trick. Hopefully the soldering iron didn't fall asleep. Sweet, to some extent. One more, but I think I got to get the first one in. Hold on. Got it. Sweet. And then one more. It's a pain in the butt, but you got this. Let me clean off my tip a bit. Where on earth are you from? We are from the planet. I am in New Jersey. New Jersey. Remember the drones? Jersey drones. That's where I'm from. And apparently, I think it was Bob who shared that they plan to ban drones now. Again, which is a bummer. Hopefully not. I hope not. I hope not. But then that means I will have to drive to Canada, or just go to New York. Drive to Canada to sell my stuff. Remember, I don't know if you guys were here on the live stream when I had spoke to the guy who owned the DJI store in Canada, and he said that he'd buy my stuff, but he'd have to look at it first and see what kind of condition. That would be me. So if they banned in New Jersey, if they're only banned in New Jersey, we can just go to New York, which is like close by, but it's I don't know. Hopefully not. But if it does, like New York, New Jersey ban, I would just drive to Canada, sell the stuff to the guy who said he'd buy it. I just have to find his contact info again. So yeah, we got there. We got the chip in. Make sure it's not bridged. Doesn't look bridged. Hopefully not. The way to tell is bridged is to measure for continuity, but I don't think so. And if you're not sure, just do this. I can melt that one so it melts close next to it. We're at 788. Wow. Interesting. It's fine. Okay. Almost done. I remember that. Oh, Bob remembers that. Yeah. Cool. Good memory, Bob. That means Bob's been here a long time. Thanks for staying and not leaving us. Alright, so now I should be able to take this off. See? It just has tape on it, but that's fine. Radio module. So if you ever need a new one, hopefully we don't. So now looks like we can put this in there. Another, what's the other module called? I don't remember. The other modular module is called, they put it in already. Interesting. AM110 chip radio modular. They're both part of the modular, but anyway, at least this one will be easy to solder in. This one may not need tape, I don't think, but it is a little tricky. It may need tape, only because if you tap it right really lightly, it'll move, and then the whole shit's like screwed up. And you don't want to accidentally bridge it. Oops. At least we know the tape works. We can get one side, and then we'll just take the tape off and then do the other. This one's hard. As long as you don't bridge it, you're fine. Alright, that's on there. It just looks a little, oh, his hair. A little crooked, but it's okay. Now, again, always make sure the temperature is just right, so you're not camping on it. Lou, you have many places you can go and fly drone filming in the US. Yeah, we do, but I want to be able to live stream, you know? I want to be able to take the show on the road, sort of. Now, you don't really want to take the show on the road during this time in America, but it would be cool. But I do plan to live stream some more, as long as I have connection, you know, internet. I got lucky today, and I'm gonna check out some more places. I want to see Terrytown. Hopefully I get 5G service there. That one would be a cool one for during the day and for Friday night flights, because the bridge looks beautiful. Literally, it looks amazing. I'm gonna have to paint this with some flux because my solder is acting like plastic, man. But I got one in, which is good. Watch your stuff, watch your face. So we'll just do this, tap it, get some flux in there, so that when we tap it, it'll work wonders. I don't want to burn myself though. Yay. And then we have here. Sweet. And then I just need to put flux on the other side. You can use a D-Link so you get internet and go online. Yeah, but I don't think the D-Link works with mine. And even if I want to live stream, right? If I got the D-Link, you have to be in an area where it actually works. That's why look, we see where I live. There's a freaking cell tower right down the street, and shit don't work. And I go like travel freaking 30 miles from my house to fly in a different town, and I can stream from my phone. I can't even stream from my phone in my own town, and there's a freaking cell tower down the street. So a lot of these sources where you can piggyback from. Hold on. Yay, we got that. Perfect. We got the brains, and it just sucks, you know? Like, you would think that. That's why I was looking into the Starlink and the partnership, the collaboration that this place wants to send me the accessories for. And Starlink has a special of $35 a month. $35. And you can cancel at any time, which is kind of cool. I don't know, we'll see. But it's kind of big. I have to really sit down and look at it. And the channel can pay the $35 a month, so that's not going to come out of my, my budget from the house. But it would just be kind of cool. But I'm not sure. I don't want to wind up with I don't want to have the channel pay for the Starlink, and then I have a $35 a month plan, and then find out that it's $35 a month, but if you go over 100 gigabytes, the plan actually is going to be quadruple that. You're going to wind up paying $100 a month, and there's no cap. It just continues feeding you the internet in your plan, just goes up in freaking astronomical. I don't know. I have to see and do the research on it. That's where they get you with that stuff. But hopefully not. Hopefully I don't know. I have to see. And I think with streaming's all right. Streaming rates, I think it's 720, right? It doesn't even stream the full res anyway. I mean Starlink, sorry. Oh, okay. No, that's fine. But yeah, I have to see. I wanna check it out. And if they send me the accessory, that means I can plug it into the car, right? And then I can be anywhere. I think I was watching some other woman's video, and she said you have to be in an open space. So I don't know. I'll have to see how that works out. I'm not sure what, how open the space has to be. but you know, I'd hate to like, well, $35, you can't go wrong. Or check the Facebook Marketplace, right? Maybe people are selling theirs. But then I don't know if the plan's tied to it. But yeah, I'd hate to like buy it and then find out I can't use it because it's not in your area. Like coming soon, because I went to the website earlier before the live stream, and it was like coming soon. I was like, coming soon and available. Like, which one is it? Is it coming soon? Is it available? I have to look and see. What are you trying to make? Jennifer Cannon, R1W. We are building a radio. It's an FM radio. I believe it's FM, hopefully. Yeah, it's an FM radio. And we're almost done. We got to put the buttons on, the brains, which go here. Right now we're putting in another chip holder. Like it's supposed to hold a chip so that we can solder this. And it's another part of the brains to the machine. And all you need is a soldering iron. And that's it. And you can follow along, links in the description if you want to build your own FM radio. And now I should be able to flip this over and solder these connections right here, hopefully. And then now this has to get to 7 something, hopefully. So far we've been doing pretty good with the soldering iron. It hasn't glitched out on us tonight, this evening. Later to the night to the morning. Nope, not yet. It's almost there. It's at 5:36. What are you trying to make? Starlink. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do my homework on this one. You know, $35 is pretty good, but you only get, I think, 100 gigs or something like that. So I couldn't use it to upload videos, you know, like as my main internet source. Then you have the Nomad Unlimited, but there's no freaking way I'm doing the Nomad version. Nomad's like freaking expensive. It's like $200 a month. I don't even pay that. I pay like that for my own internet. But $35, like for the price, I could sacrifice not going to Starbucks, right? And then just having Starlink. Nice. The solders just tap and go. The van is so cool. New van build series. I watched Trent the Traveler still finishing his van build series. I'm so far behind. Last guy I saw building his van was, I think it was Sean Gatz. He was doing his food truck. And then now he's building some sort of homestead. I used to watch Hello, this is Will, I Will Survive. Remember, I don't know if you guys saw Will in the Wilderness. And then he was like, I guess his other collaborator let him live on the homestead. Something like that. So that he can build and forge for himself. That series was kind of interesting. Because they just go in the woods with their axe. And they're, you know, this one I'm going to have to turn a fan on for the next one because it's a longer one. Just go into the woods and build their own freaking whatever. All right, so we're going to do this one next. I wonder if it's higher. Later, No, this one needs a bigger piece of tape, but that's okay. You know what? We could recycle the tape that we just used. And then it's going to need more flux. And then use this thing. Where is it? Right here. We're almost done. Just the buttons, the potentiometer, and that's it. I'm going to put more flux here because we were having some issues with things not fluxing. Gaming van with Starlink glue. Yeah, can you imagine that? Wow. Yeah, that would be a cool, I don't know. Right. No. Or maybe like, yeah, traveling cross country, like taking the show on the road and then going, like, I forget, someone had mentioned earlier the cool places you can fly in America, right? I think I'd have to spend like freaking a day alone getting approval just to fly in one place, you know, because sometimes these code enforcers are work once a week, and I gotta get a hold of them, so I'd be winging it. And I'd be really, maybe if it was a year ago, I would just, you know, be like, oh, no one's there. It says there's no drone ordinance. But now you really, really need to speak to somebody and have them confirm verbally before you fly that you're okay to go. And make sure you call dispatch. Dispatch is just your 911. So that if you have a moving TFR, you did your due diligence, you know. So if you need someone like Ryan Loderet to bail you out or something, it'll be much easier to have someone like that represent you. If you got caught in a moving TFR. It should just be tap and go. And that's what the flux does. I love when it does that, to be honest with you. It's my favorite part of soldering, the tap and go. It's just like tap and go, tap and go. Be one. Or you can be like they do in those Chinese videos where they just cake on the solder and somehow they, I don't know, it just all does it in one shot. I'm not that good. Sweet. Now we just need to put one more thing on, a few more things, but not anything too complex. The numbers, which go here, and the potentiometer, and the buttons, and that's it. The LC, the number screen, which is, I just had a second ago. Oh, right here. The dots go on the bottom. Okay, the dots are the numbers, so we know like 0.9, 101.9, 101.8, 101.7. That's how radio stations work. But if you put the dots on the top, it's gonna come in wrong. All right, these numbers will just be upside down. The radio will still work though. It's the other components that won't work if they're put in wrong, like the capacitors, the resistors, the transistors, and LED definitely won't work if it's not on correctly, etc. Alright, so now, see how the tape works wonders though? And of course we're going to need some flux to flux it out. So we can just tap and go, tap and go, tap and go. Sweet! And then now, we should be able to tap and go. It's just finagling it to get that position, and then that's it. And then we should be able to tap and go. Tap, see? Tap, tap, See, just like that. I love when it does that. And the flux does that. The flux, the solder temperature, if you know your soldering iron temperature is correct, and your tip is clean, not highly oxidized, you know, where it just will cause it to glitch out. And see, I'm just tapping less than a second, and voila, and that's on. We got lucky there because wasn't as streamlined as I wanted to on other parts, but it's hit or miss. And now we have the potentiometer. We could probably recycle this piece of tape. See, that's on there. Potentiometer, just like put a screwdriver in and can fine tweak the radio stations. And then now this will go here, and we'll recycle the tape, and we have our buttons and the speaker. And then again the flux to work the magic. Alright. Blu-ray raised arm. I have to see because it doesn't show me what you said. I think it's like hands up. Tap and go. See, tap. Oh, nope. Yep. That one didn't. That one didn't really work. It's fine. Just have to be careful because it's a potentiometer. It's plastic, and you don't want to spend too much time camping on the plastic parts. So now we should be able to cut here. These parts can be cut. Cut that one. Cut that one. And cut that one. Then you can just tap it with the soldering iron to make the magic happen, so that it just looks pretty. So just get it at the right angle and just tap it. But that one's not melting. Put some more flux. Hopefully that does it. That's strange. Got it. I don't know why. I just wanted to make it pretty and wasn't working the magic. Can get rid of these pieces of tape. No, now I'm going to sleep for a while. See you later, Lou, and good luck with the radio. Yes, I'll keep you posted, Bob. We'll do like a YouTube short. Look for the 3-minute version of this thing working. We'll make like a YouTube short dedicated to Bob. Alright, thanks for coming by though. Get some rest. Hope you get some good night's sleep. And yeah. Oh man. I need to push one more in. Sweet. Ow! Just burnt myself, but it's okay. We make these videos so you don't have to. Sweet. Alright. A few more pieces and that's it. Thank you, Bob. Good night, Bob. And we will see you next time. Get some rest. You need it. You know, staying up late when you're older is not good for the health. Alright, so just the buttons and the speaker and the power source. Well, I can shut the fan off. Buttons will be a little bit tricky. It's almost similar to the other radio, but just a little bit different. A little bit. We can always compare the differences later. I like that the buttons, not me, I like that the buttons hold themselves in, which is really cool. Where are we? There's one more there. I wonder if I could. I guess you could. It'll be alright. If I can get it to hold itself up. Let me just see what happens. These, you have to make sure that they're in correctly. Only because if they're not, so let's put the flux on first. You won't be able to close it. You won't be able to close the whole the thing, the cover. It won't work. It'll work. The radio will work, but these buttons, then you'll just have a raw, naked radio without its case if these don't go in correctly. I wonder if I could put it sideways, right? And then just gotta make sure that these go in. I can maybe let it go like this because it can hold. I want it to be able to close. Oh, sweet. There we go. I had that trouble with the last one. That it wouldn't close. Tap and go. Sort of. But you know what? Let's turn the fan on because we got many connections to do. All right. Tap and go. Tap and go. Sort of. Almost there. Tap and go. Tap and go. Nice. Tap and somewhat go. And tap and go. Nice. Tap and go. Tap. Okay. And I believe maybe one more. All right. Now we got 2 more things and we're done. Oh, the antenna. Where does the antenna looks like it goes right here. Right there. It's an easy one though. It's a little tricky. You can shut the fan off. Then we just have the speaker and the power. And put the chips in, put the brains in here, and so now that will go. Yeah, this part's similar to the other one. The antenna doesn't really hold the way we want it to, and that was the issue with the other one. Why, I don't know, you know, like, it's just how it, and that's why the hold on, that's why the headphone cord works better as an antenna, because of that. So if we take this and turn it, it'll turn, but it's never gonna hold the way we want it to. Even if we held the screwdriver tight here, right, and then turned this so that the screwdriver doesn't move, but it only does it for a little bit, so it becomes loose over time. And then this one, you could turn. Wow, that one's really tight on there. And then I didn't do that one. And then that won't even turn. I don't want to strip this though. Maybe that one. A little bigger. Oh, that hurt though. Just want to be able to turn that one, but that one's really tight. They really put that one in there. And you see what happens is this just becomes loose. But you should be able to move the antenna. You could always take the antenna from the other radio. But I want to do this. You want to do this part before the see, and this just becomes loose. I hate that. Anyway, I'm going to take the antenna off for a second so that we can loosen this part right here. This one, because this one's really tight. Can't bend it. Ow! Don't. Just poked my finger. Yeah, a lot of these. See, yeah, right. At least it was not. This I didn't break it. Yeah, that antenna is not budging. I do. Wow, they really got that in there. I gotta get a tissue, but That is what it is. Well, you know what? We have tape. Gotta get a tissue. Yeah. Anyway, we got 2 more parts, but it's a bummer that the antenna is really on there. That one's pretty good though. Let's see. It's fine. Okay. That's where you need like liquid Band-Aid. Alright, so here's the antenna, but one part is really hard to finagle. They really put that on there. No matter how you turn it. Let's try one of these. And that one? Nope. Is it that one? Nope. Is it that one? Maybe. Just maybe. The regular screwdriver will work. Put that there. Put that on there. And then now hold that like that, and then now I should hold this. Wow. Here I did get a lot of blood on my finger. Okay. Should keep Band-Aids down here, but that's not turning. Unfortunately. It's really on there. They really did a number on that. At least we got parts. That's not going to budge. And I don't want to ruin this really good screwdriver. We got a couple other heads. But yeah. At least we got parts. We'll put this on. But as you can see, the antenna is very, very, very not so great. You could wind up in the emergency room by accidentally stabbing yourself. At least the buttons came on correctly, which is great. Now let's put, I guess, the antenna on, at least so we can get some radio, right? So we have here, the antenna goes like this. And no matter how tight you make the antenna, right, as you see, it just for some reason comes loose. You could put dry lock on it. Dry lock might work wonders with it, but we need that little bolt, which is right here, and it's just going to be flimsy. It's not going to, if anybody has another solution to this, do share, but I'm sure we will figure out how to, well, we do have another antenna. Just wish it turned like the other one. See, remember, no matter how tight you make this, it's always going to come loose. Maybe solder it, right? Imagine that. Solder it on there. But then if you solder it on, it'll be stuck there forever. Which isn't so bad. See, now it just becomes loose. Yeah, it is what it is. We'll make it work later. We'll finagle it. We'll get like a more robust screwdriver. All right, so now remember you have 2 wires for power and then other wires for etc. And this goes in here. This is nice. Oh wow, we're not done as of yet. All right, we're almost done. I could see why everybody went to bed. This is like taking longer, but it's a nicer kit. It's really nice, really nice. Hopefully it works. It runs off AAA batteries, whereas the other one ran off AA batteries. Hopefully it's a little bit different. We're not done soldering though. Comes with the screwdriver to help finesse the kit. I'll be done in like probably 20 minutes, I'd say. Nice, except these have to go in for its battery connections. And so this here, oh nice, a little case for the battery connector. These little positive and negative thingies. These are really I wonder if these need to be soldered. I'm sure the wires do, but I don't think the other components do. Now just let these pull onto the table. There's a little screwdriver, positive, positive, negative, negative. This is really self-explanatory, these things, because they're both the same. So it's just a matter of putting one on the left and then one on the right, and putting them in correctly though. So we have, let's say for example, this here, right? We need positive and then negative. So this would go here if we can get it in, right? So this, one moment please. See, this has to go in correctly. That's not. There we go. This is the ones with the opposite side of the springs. And then somehow this has to go in there. Oh, nice. They go in, but they, see? Voila. And then do the same thing for the other one. And then we have, the other ones have single ones, so that's fine. And then the same thing here. The spring is the negative side. And then now, see? Voila. You could use this thing to push it in, make sure it's flush and even, and then do the same thing with the other one. Negative is the spring, and then just push it in and make sure it goes in, and then use your tissue to wipe off where you got hurt or stabbed with your screwdriver. And the part that comes out is the positive side, and then that goes in here. And then we just have to solder those wires, including the speaker, and then put the chip in, hopefully. So it's a little tricky putting this one in, but it should go in, hopefully. And then you just push it. In the perfect world. Yay. Who's that? Do I pay you now for shipping? Shipping what though? What am I shipping you? For what? What would you like us to send you, Bob? Tell us, what do you have for you, Bob? Ever see the game shows? Bob is the game show host. All right, so then that goes there. Hopefully that will work. All right, so now, I thought Bob went to bed. Is there another Bob? Oh no, this is the same Bob. Speaker goes on the back, if you can find it. Well, it's right in front of me. So we got 4 wires. That's weird. That is really weird. Hold on, I need to look at the instructions. Usually these connectors have a positive and a negative. 1 wire. No, 2 wires. Okay, so we got 2 wires there. I just need to see where... Okay, I see where they go. Got it. Got it. From the negative there. Okay, give me a second. One moment, Bob. So there's our speaker. So we take... Turn this... One moment, please. Turn this way. All right, so one negative from there. And then the positive from that end. Is there a positive? Yeah, positive from that end goes... How was that even a positive? And the plus from that end. Okay. Negative and the positive. Okay, got it. I don't know what that's for though. Very interesting. One moment, please. Please share details. We're building a radio. FM radio though. What's your favorite radio station? 107.5 WBLS 101.1 CBS FM. I don't know, you decide, you pick. I'm just trying to figure something out. Because the schematics look wrong. I mean, maybe. All right. We're gonna wing it. What's the worst that can happen, right? What's the worst that can possibly happen? Oh, nice. The wires are tinned. I'll tell you that. That's like the best thing that could happen. All right. So we got a positive and a negative. So the red wire goes... What's the tricky part? It's just hard to read it because... Okay. Red on the top. Negative spring. Oh, I think I see what they did. Okay. All right. So, these are the ones. If it's done correct. If I believe. Oh, man. hardest part's gonna be getting solder on here without melting it. All right, we're gonna put our screwdriver away. Make it all worse stuff. All right, get our soldering iron hot. And then we'll have to get solder on these tips, the negative one and the positive one, which is right there. Okay. Now, wow, the soldering iron is getting hotter by the minute. Just need to make sure I got solder on the right ones. Okay, there's the negative. This part's going to be a little bit tricky. Oh, you know what? Flux. All right, so we can get that blippy experience. Sweet. So we'll do one wire first, and then the other wire next. Got one. And that one is what? Oh, the negative. Okay. So we'll do the black wire first. And now we're going to flip it over and do the positive wire. Positive wire. So flip this like this. Make sure you don't burn anything. Meaning the wires. Put some, oh, did we put flux on? I don't know, I can't remember. No, we only put flux on the other side. So now flux goes here. And now, go here. Sweet. And now put the positive wire, the red wire. Move the black wire up so we don't accidentally hit it. And then, whoops, don't break your stuff. I don't know what Ken's doing right now. Whoops. Ah, that part's tricky. Because we got to get it in there. If you blow on it, it melts faster. I mean, sorry, it just, not melts, but dries faster. All right, so now we go here and find our connections to the batteries, which is right here, positive, negative. This part might be a little bit tricky, so you probably want to get solder on flux first, and then the solder. So put some flux here. Okay, now we're going to put the positive and the negative and the positive, and you get the idea. Oh, first just put some solder on, so that actually just let it melt. Great, we got 1 and 2. So now we just put the positive wire and it should melt. And put the black wire and it should melt. I'm blowing on it so the solder dries faster. And then, because I don't want to spend time camping. All right, so now we just got to do the wires for the speaker. Speaker is tricky because the last time they sent us broken speakers, which kind of sucked. But hopefully, right, in the perfect world, these are golden. These have, right. I hope, man. Let me see how these go on. Just like I thought. Okay. We'll just get some solder. We're going to flux the speakers. just the ends, so that, remember, we want it to go bloop. Hopefully it works too. And then one's positive, one's negative, and there. Now move this, and then now we're just gonna put solder on here, just the ends, that's all. One and two. Sweet. Now we just do the red is positive and the black is negative, okay? Remember that. So the red is positive, the plus, except now I just need to get this in the right position. And the black is negative. And then this one will go here. I just hope it works. If you saw the last radio we built, we had to order new speakers too. Oh wow, someone reposted my reel. Thank you. I never know what's happening with Instagram. Oh no. Oh no, it's like, wait. So now I think I have to get some batteries. AAA. I know I have them somewhere, but nowhere to be found. Hold on. Okay. Hopefully this works. Who's that? Bob. Oh, the batteries are there. Oh no, yeah, those are the batteries to the other radio. So they upgraded this radio where it only takes AAA, and the other see, the older model takes 2 AA. So less energy, right? It's energy efficient. I hope these batteries aren't dead. We have a multimeter, but I don't feel like busting it out. I should test these, but oh, let's put the brain in, right? So I have extra AA's in case some are dead. And then now, oh, here go the chips. And then now this will go here. Did the light die? Oh no, nice, it still works. So the chip can only go in one way. Don't put it in wrong. If you do, I think you can still flip it over backwards. But if you do put the chip in wrong and need to pull it out, you think this was bad, me stabbing myself with the screwdriver? Oh my god, it hurts so much when you get poked with these chips. Literally, like, it's so painful, especially if it goes in between your fingernails. It's no fun. So be careful putting them in, because you want it to do it once, and be careful pulling them out, because it is painful when you put them in wrong and have to pull them out. So we got one in, and then we have another one. These have these grooves, see, like a little groove, have to match the groove on the chip, on the diagram. And then now, sometimes you have to bend them a little, and sometimes bending them is tricky too, because you got to be gentle, because you don't want to break it. But aside from breaking it, you don't want to poke yourself, because like I said, it hurts. It really does hurt. Pulling these out and accidentally getting stabbed by them. And then sometimes you need to use something like this, because by default some of them will be bent incorrectly, but if all goes well, we should be able to see we got the brains in. Sweet. Now I think if well the speaker, right, speaker, we could use double-sided tape. I have somewhere around here, or the black tape, but before we actually do that, we need to put solder on the other parts of the speaker connector thingy that's there, and then we'll get the tape stuff ready. I think the double-sided tape will do justice, which we have lots of these little patches here. It's called Pro Glue, whatever you call it. And then you take a piece like this, and it's double-sided, so you can take your speaker and get it ready and put a piece like there, see, and then it'll adhere to it. It's hard to get off, right? So as you can see, it's already hard to get off. But before we do that, we need to cake some solder on these connections. There's a positive and negative connection. Make sure, again, the flux, because the flux is going to create that experience. So it goes bloop. It should clean this up, but nah, I'm fine. I don't want to clean it up. Remember, we want to put a USB-C connector on because it has micro. I just have to find the same connectors, and then it should be good to go with that one. Let's see. Hopefully. Oh, we're at 575, and the soldering iron has to get to 700. Yeah, I wish those were the batteries. It's weird with these batteries, though. You leave the rechargeable batteries in the radio, and it's dead. You put regular batteries in, and oh wow, interesting. That one's bridged, but not by. Yep, there we go. Not sure why that happened. There's one. And there's two. Sweet. Now I can put positive with positive and negative with negative. And Bob, you should look into this kit though, because you've got the soldering iron and you've got the meter. Now you just need the kit, you know, to level up. All right, so I think we're done. Hopefully, you know, I'm not really done. Again, I have to make sure it works and find another USB-C connection, because I don't like micro. I don't have many micro things. So now look, now this wires can go however you like, but now we can take the double. I'm surprised it didn't come with a double-sided tape. We can take this and then put this however. I guess this can go upside down, doesn't really matter, right? And then you could use black tape to make the magic happen with the wires. But the speaker does have to be, you know, centered correctly so that we can close it. Now, if we put batteries in, I guess it should turn on, right? Now, the only thing we have to worry about is if music does play, that it's not, actually we'll leave it off for now, that it's not going to play music that will copyright strike the channel. And then this 2-hour stream goes out the window. You've been blocked. You, remember, blocked us, what is it? they blocked us globally on one of the last live streams, and then I had to wait for it to get released. We're not going to close it yet because I want to put the USB-C thing. Hopefully these batteries are good, and oh well, batteries are dead, which is a good thing. That just means that I have to go upstairs and get something. I don't hear anything. The button, see, and usually that means that the batteries are not good. Let's see what happens if we pull this out and try the other battery. I'll try the AAA. No, see, even these batteries are dead. Damn. I don't have any light. What do I have that has AAA batteries? Oh, you know what? The USB-C connection, right? But I don't have a 5 volt. The only 5 volts we have would be the computer. Let's do 2. All right. 2 batteries. These 2 shouldn't be dead. Well, these are dead too. Oh no, that's not on. These are dead too. Wow. All right. Oh wait, it's not touching. Interesting. Here we go. And that's not touching either. You got to make sure they touch. But we'll just use the multimeter and see. Now it should turn on. Yay. Nope. Yep, there we go. So it does work, but the batteries are dead. Let's see if we got... It's changing the station, which is good. But because there isn't any enough power, we just need more power. I might go upstairs and look. Let's connect the 5 volt thingy though. It's good that we got static. Static's good. I want to see if I can find a USB-C connector, because micro, you know, then it's just universal. Then it'll just work. I do need batteries though. Oh nice, I found batteries. But now I need to find my kit. I don't know if you remember, something broke back in the day and I had USB-C connectors. Oh, that was for the drone. So now I need to find my USB-C connector kit. But I'm going to take 2 fresh batteries out and see how that works. 3 actually. 3. Hopefully they don't need charging. And then the rest I'll just have to it's laying around somewhere. Let's see, now we got 3 new batteries. So here's 1. Here's 2. And here's 3. Yep, there we go. Sweet. Look at that. It's looking for a station. Whoops, I moved it. It's all right, we can fix that later. And then you see which one. Whoops, don't break your stuff. You hear that? A strike at the hospital. Turning up the volume. Oh, that's turning it down. Whoops. Something happens when I touch it. Which means, oh, it's the case thingy. This has to be bent so that it's tightly in there and doesn't move. And then that should be okay to some extent. Yeah, all right. That actually shut it off. Oh, and then this, maybe bend that one. Bend these things. And then it should be all right. Then I just got to reconnect it from, oh, see? There we go. Yay! Now I gotta find reception. Let's see. Turn the station. Press it down. We're in the basement, so let it search.
Jason Dominguez sat down. We'll be with the team. Start the season. Then you have your kid who throws 103 miles per hour. Laquan?
Cool, right? I'm glad we're not getting music. We will though, but sweet. I'm gonna shut it off so we won't get copyright strike. It works. It's official. I'm an old man now. We play with radios. All right. So now I need to find the USB-C connection so that we can just close it. And but I don't. This is gonna take a little bit. I need to find that kit because I don't want to put a micro in there. I don't want micro. No micro. We'll do macros, but no micros. All right. Ah, I think I see it. Nope. Where is it? We had it some time ago. Ah, and I found it. Yay! And then I wish I had everything better organized, but sometimes it's just hard. All right, so here's our kit right here of different micro USB connections, and we want micro USB-C, and then me stuff. All right, so now you have to find one that matches the one we want to not use, and just make sure it's a USB-C. So we need one with 2 prongs there, and we want USB-C. Hopefully, oh no, everything here is micro. Fuck. That's alright. It is what it is, right? Damn it. I don't know what that one is. And I don't have anything like this. Alright, and this is what it is. We gotta use what we got. And these are different ones. These are all, they're all micro, and they all got like four connectors. All right. And there's no bailing out. Well, we'll be able to plug it into the computer. It is what it is. You can't win with these things. All right. So now, where is our micro USB connector thingy? That would be right here. Bummer. All right. It is what it is, right? Oh man, the only downside is that well, we could use tape to hold it in, and then, or actually not, we don't need tape. We could put this like this, take it off, put some flux on, and let the flux work the magic. Let it melt it. Sweet. And then now, oops, don't burn yourself. Oh, nice. It stopped at 6 something. Sometimes it stops at 4, at 3. This time it was sleeping at 6. And so it doesn't have that much high to climb. MGMG, Thin 622, welcome. Yes, we hope that you find this interesting. And then, looks like we are... We got 1 and 2 and 2. Sweet. And then we should be able to flip it over and just get the other connections underneath easily. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. Where is the connections? Oh, they're over there. Watch the wires though, because you want to make sure that you don't accidentally melt them. You could replace them. We have extra black and white, but I don't want to because it's a pain in the butt. Oh, we didn't try the headphones though. If I put the headphones on, it'll probably make an even better connection, because for some reason with these radios, the hold on, let me just make sure. The headphone cord works like a antenna on all these radios, even my kid's MP3 player. And 1 and 2. Sweet. All right, now we can test out. Oh, it does come with one. I was like, wait, it doesn't come with a cord. So now we should be able to take the batteries out, and it should work with this micro USB connection. Just wish I had a USB-C. I might make another video. I'll have one laying around. So now if we take the batteries out, right, if we flip this back over, because we have it positioned the way we want, right, and then it should close properly, I think. Is that correct? Yeah, it's fine. That's correct. Yep, sweet. We'll get all these things in later, but I just want to take the batteries out, or at least, yeah, let's take them all out. And we should be able to plug it into the computer. Oh man, I don't like that. That's why I wanted to put micro, because I don't have frickin' this connection. I have to find something that has that connection. Yeah, I'll probably upgrade this radio to a USB-C. Okay, so this will go here. I may have a converter, like a little adapter thingy. I think maybe here. Oh yeah, we do. No, this one is different connector. One moment, please. Whoops, don't break your stuff. No, I don't have everything. Oh yeah, maybe. No. All my connectors are Ed Android. Oh, I know what I have. My I think it's out here. I think it's here or out there. My little portable Oh, this thing. My juice box. Hopefully the juice box doesn't need to be charged. Where's the power button? Yes, we got juice. All right, now it should turn on without blowing up. Hopefully. That's why I wanted to put USB-C. Would just be an ideal. Now it should turn on and power to the people. Sweet. Change the station. Hold it down and it'll just... Great. So the power works. The only downside is that it is micro, but we'll fix that. No, I'll save that for another day. Because who has freaking... Nobody has micro anymore. All right, so now we're gonna close it up. Hopefully, in the perfect world. Who's that? I didn't hear no bells. So now this is the tricky part. Make sure the antenna is in its correct hole. See, it's supposed to hold it, and you should be able to bend the antenna, but we can't because it's like jammed. I'm not even sure I want to use this one, but maybe we might be able to turn it with a regular screwdriver, like a heavy duty one. All right, so knowing that and moving forward, we could put the cover on. And that's why you want to make sure that these buttons are in correctly, because if they're not, it's not going to close. See? And it might close, right? But then it'll be stuck changing a radio station forever because it's not going to be straight. Nice. See, now the only thing we got to worry about is the antenna and a regular screwdriver, because it's just, you know, can't travel with it because it won't close. I mean, you can, but we'll fix that down the line. I'll get a regular screwdriver. And so now we take the screws, right? And we got 4 of them. And then you just need a long screwdriver. It did come with one, which is kind of neat. And then that one, but it's not going to undo the antenna. There's one. Oops. There's 2. Let it drop in, and then turn it. Don't strip it because you might have to take it apart again. It should be tight though. I don't know why it's not hugging. That's alright though. Just do it. And if you feel like it's stripping, then use a different screwdriver, because this screwdriver is like the same screwdriver from the Nintendo, and it will strip it. Oh, you know what? We have one. Like a really heavy duty screwdriver, but as you can see, it's not, it's somewhat closing, but we want it to turn but not strip, and it is the correct size because they're all the same size. So now you can drop 2 more in. See, they're all the same size screws, but we only need 5. They gave us extra ones. See, this one's turning pretty good. It's turning, but it's not going all the way in. Oops. And we don't want to strip it. And we might have to open it again to get And then we got 2 more. One goes in here and closes that. So we got extra screws. See, it just doesn't close all the way, but we don't want to strip it. Like you want it, it should be tight, but it's not. It's fine now. It is what it is. We just don't want it to strip. That one can go a little bit tighter in there. It's just a design, you know. Nice. To some extent. It is what it is, but just wish it went in more. See, it's just a little wonky. That's all right. It is what it is. Look, even on the antenna. And you want to get it again, but definitely need another screwdriver. Mr. Groot is falling down. Sorry, Groot. Okay. I like when he looks at us, though. Sweet. All right, so now we can put the batteries back in. See, we didn't need any tape for in there, but I just wish. Oh, great. Now I don't know which batteries are which. It's all right. We'll know when we turn it on. Because it doesn't turn on. So check the connections. Well, we know that it works, but anyway, and we know half the batteries are dead and half the batteries are good. So let's try these. I should have put them. Wow, it's gonna rain today. Bummer. No drone flights. Yep. There we go. We're going to change the station. Oh, actually bring out the antenna. And then we're all done. Me stuff there. Kind of neat, huh? We just need to change the station. Oh, 106.7 Light FM. Let's see if that comes in. We'll shut it off. Just dance. All right. Da, 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 da. I know that song. I think we can leave the batteries in there, right? And then put the lid on, because we can still take it apart even if the batteries are in, which we'll probably do if we can fix that antenna. Swap antennas with the other one, and then that's why I always use rechargeables, because it's so much easier. So the only downside is that this thing will strip your screwdrivers. Look at that. And the screws they come with don't even turn the way they're supposed to in its own product. See, and then you wind up either stripping the screwdriver or your screws, and all the screws are the same size, so you can't go wrong, but you can go wrong, because if you make it too tight, you'll wind up stripping it. Look at, see my screwdriver? Look at all the metal on there. I'm not sure the fix to that. Like, what do you do? Just keep turning it until the hole's drilled. Anyway, it works. And last but least, let's close the lid on this. So we have our flux. Now you know what flux does. This will go here. Put on my glasses. so I can see. I'm going to charge this. So it's ready to go for our next show. If that's what I forgot to show, Swedish Forge. That's okay, I'll show him next time. The other thing we 3D printed that I'll show him how I fixed it. Just Dance. Da, 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 da. I think this goes, I forget where this goes. It's our flux. I know where this goes. So now I just need to put the buttons on and it's done. Saturday Night Live. Soldering for beginners. These buttons here. We got lucky with this one. So now we take these buttons, close the antenna. I'm gonna have to use a regular, I'll let you guys know next week on how this works out with the antenna. See how it just becomes loose? I don't know why it does that. Even with the other one, you know, it's just not the best design. We could solder it, which isn't a bad idea. I might do it. We'll have to find a better screwdriver though, so we can take this apart and put Humpty Dumpty back together again. But not today. Maybe when, oh nice, these fit. Nice that this is great because on the previous design, these buttons were really hard to take on and off. It's nice that they made them adjustable and like somewhat changeable, whereas like the other ones were a pain. Nice. And then if we turn it on, sweet. Remember the antenna's down, but you can take the antenna, pull it up. But to get better reception, you just leave everything the way it is, right? And then just plug in the headphones, and the headphones work as an antenna. Why, I don't know, but here, I'll show you. Full version of me. And now when I put these on, you'll hear radio clearly.
First off, I don't believe you.
See?
By chance you actually got pregnant, I'm not afraid of how many kids. I'm afraid of you.
Listen to Love Trap.
See, here. And why it does that, I don't know, but see, works great. And then we'll go back to the other one.
Fight for survivors.
It's a corner of the world. Anyway, you get the idea. So cool. It works. We did it. Now we get to graduate and work on our drone. We're going to pull a Frankenstein in that one. That one I'm going to probably do a stream during the day because it will take hours. But we make these videos so you don't have to. Or maybe make it like a few part series, right? Bob! 107.5. One WB. Let's see if we get 107.5 for Bob. 107.5. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's see. 101, 109. Let's see. 102, 103, 105, 106. Up, missed it. Oh man, missed it. Sorry, Bob. Now I have to find it. Huh. That's strange. We don't get 107. 106.5? I don't think we get 107. It goes 105, 106, and then it goes back to 93. But it still works. It's a Colorado radio. Oh, okay. So I think if I was in Colorado, it would probably pick up your stations there. It's probably just picking up what we got here. What's coming in on these frequencies. Got some reggae. Oh, I did go 107. It went 107, but then it just like glitched out. So it'll do it. Let me see if I can. 106. It just skipped it. Sweet. That's it for this week's soldering tutorial. Anyway, it was fun. It was really fun. Challenging, but fun. As you can see, they're not designed to be designer radios, but they made to give you the radio experience. You know, it's a little glitchy with the parts. As you can see, the antenna, we can't close it. We'll be able to close it. I think I need a wrench or something. For the full, so I can just bend it, and then everything else works. But as you can see, we get better audio when we have the
okay, I found this on the web for I need a wrench or something for food,
no,
so I can just bend it and then everything else works. But as you can see, we get better when we have. Check it out.
No, I wasn't even talking to you. How did that happen? So now, see? Yo, what's up?
How many games do you go to a season?
Yo. Now I got my boombox. I'm an old man now. Anyway, you get the idea. It's really cool. And if the LED doesn't work, it's either the resistors or your batteries. One or the other. We've learned on this channel on our previous streams, like when we did the calculator. But hopefully, in your case, it's the batteries. And you didn't put the resistors in the wrong place. And the antenna, we got to figure that out. I think I'm going to solder it. I'm going to solder it once I put some flux on there, right? And once this thing can bend, as you saw, I poked a hole in my hand trying to unscrew it. I must have used like a power drill or something on that. But that's it. It's time for bed. This is what we printed the last time, which is really cool. Thanks to, I think it was Swedish Forge, he helped us. What we did was we hot glued nickels 5 cents to the bottom so that now he fluctuates the way he should, and then he'll just do like a little balancing act. The Tin Man, something Wilmer, I think. I forget what his name is, but this is a really cool 3D print of the week last week. I love it. And he really does keep his balancing act, which is really cool. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Thanks for not going to bed, Bob, and being here with us. But you got to get some rest, and let's email. Let's see what we can get printed for you and sent out to you. I hope that this video helped you. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. Or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe. And we'll see you all next time. Watch the video on whoever, if you fly drones, on how to fly your drone everywhere or anywhere. Because we're in those times right now where if you do it wrong, they will have no mercy on you. And you can't say I didn't know. I didn't know it would have worked. like during different times, but we're in different times right now. So that's why I made that video. Hopefully people will find it and not wind up in trouble like that Philly drone guy, the guy from Philly, the Philly guy. I don't know what happened to him, what he's doing right now. Anyway, but you don't want to wind up like that. So do it right, or don't do it at all. And we'll see you all next time. We're going to end this with our favorite intro.
My name's How to Buy Lou, that's what they call me online. Everything that glitches, yeah, that channel's mine. Got filaments spinning in the middle of the night. Multicolor magic in the printer's light. Lego on the floor and slippers on my feet. In my little basement where the air hums to the beat. Alexa turns the lights off when I say goodnight, but I'm still wide awake watching layers stack just right. Layer by layer, watch it come alive. Plastic dreams keeping this country boy high. Hear that motor singing like a late night bar in a basement room. I'm a backyard star. I'm How to Buy Lou and I'm a rock star. Basement stage, but I'm dreaming big and far. Blue plaid night shirt, sweatpants, guitar. Yeah, I'm building my fame from a filament jar. Market gas, Swedish Forge, front row every night. Glowing in the comments like a neon light. On YouTube, we're riding the stream. Small town channel, big time dream. I'm How to Buy Lou, I'm a rock star. Printer running hot at full speed every day. Multicolor layers stacking my way. Lego scattered on the ground. Country boy tech with a plastic sound. When I'm not printing, I'm flying my drone up in the sky where I feel at home. I'm a drone nerd, yeah, I roam around, buzzing through the fields with that freedom sound. Ventilation blowing straight into my mic. Can't read the chat, but I'm feeling alright. Maybe someday I'll slow it down. Catch every comment from this little town. I'm How to Buy Lou and I'm a rock star. Live in that basement boulevard. Market guy in Swedish Forge in the dark. Lighting up the stream like a neon bar. Subscribing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit that button, keep the dream alive. I'm How to Buy Lou, I'm a rock star. Yeah, I know I miss a comment line. Scrolling too fast, but I'm trying to shine. From America to wherever you are, we're building this channel like a brand new car. Filament dreams and a drone in the sky. Basement king and I don't know why, but every single stream feels right. Clap your hands if you love 3D. Clap your hands if you're nerd like me. Slippers on and a printer hum. Basement life, but we're #1.